Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in to leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by One Nation Fanwear. Check them out at onenationfanwear.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. Let's go! Yeah.
Yeah.
What's good, everybody? That's how you start a show. You know what I mean? It's
that's
loud.
How you start a show, man.
Might have been too loud, but whatever. Hey, Che.
That's the way you do it, Joe. Blow out the eardrums, bro.
Hey, you gotta wake people up.
Wake up, Raider Nation. Come on.
Come on now.
Hey, just because we're in a different room doesn't mean we start this any differently. Che, what are you sipping on? Bobby, what are you cracking?
Oh, hey, chelas. Yo, crack them with us if you got them. Okay. Oh, this one's flowing.
Ooh, get it.
Ooh, it's a fighter.
This one's everywhere. This one went everywhere.
Bukkake,
We're
fighter.
gonna get it under control. This one went everywhere, bro.
Bukkake con Che.
I don't know who shook up my chelas before. Someone set me up,
bro.
Oh,
shit. We got it. It's all over the place. But hey, anyways, we're gonna survive. We'll be okay. Right now, what I'm drinking on is another replay. It's another replay. I wasn't able to get out to the stores for obvious reasons. Just got tested yesterday, so we'll be waiting on these results just to be safe. But your boy is feeling good. That's the good news. But we got this Bike Dog Brewing Co. Okay, Mosaic Pale Ale again. Okay, it's a West Coast Pale Ale coming in at 5.5 on the ABV. And yeah, man, if you've had an IPA or a Pale Ale with Mosaic hops, you know it's kind of it's got a little maltiness, got a little bit of bitters on it, right? But it's not too hoppy. It doesn't come off too hoppy. It's a good like level, like kind of balanced hop, you know. Cheers.
and because of this whole disappointing mess that just happened, I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna lose all self-respect, and I just got something that just made me feel just as sad. I got some hams.
Hey, go ham, bro.
This is real hams, dude. Look, see, it's open and everything, dude.
Nothing snooty. Nothing snooty.
It's perfectly clear. You could see it. It's like water but yellow, and it's hams, dude. That's about it.
Bobby's
apparently
drinking.
you could get 5 cents recycling if you return this. So yeah, you know, it's not bad. You know, you get paid and you get a headache.
Bobby's drinking.
Drunk, whatever.
Bobby's drinking that piss warm chango from what was that movie?
Smooth.
Quick shout outs, really quick. Shout out to 303 Raider.
Pillaging.
He says, "You are amazing. Hey, you're amazing, bro." And shout out to Lucas Fuller,
Pillaging.
who just threw $5 down on the table and walked away. Walked away with the chin strap ripped off.
Salud.
Ripped off the chin strap. Walked away. He's pissed. Thank you. We appreciate that. It's very generous, guys. It's a lot of money. Shout out really quick to the chat. We'll do a quick roll call. There's a lot of people in there. I see Raider Ruse in there. Eddie Raider's in there. Pillaging Pete, of course. You know he's in there. London Raider. Good morning, sir. Chevy Raider, what's good? Enamel Red. Been coming in hot the last few weeks. Manny Gomez. A Tribe Called Quez. Nice name. Beto and Cali. She been keeping it real for all season long. Damage Incorporated. Good morning. Good morning out there. All the way over there. And across the pond, as they would say. Jay Cali Raider. You know Jay Cali. It's a live podcast when Jay Cali Raider's in the building. The Raider Critique is in the house. WAP is in the house live. Wow. Better watch it. Dapper Dan, man. It's good to see you, Dapper Dan. I want to see you more active in the chat like you used to be, dog. Odd Angel. That's a new face. Jesus Soria. Welcome. Quinn, what's up? Quinn's name was getting longer, and now it's like getting shorter. Sir Raider is in the chat. 303 Raider, of course, in the chat. Southside Raider, Cali Kappa. We got a full house, man. I think that means we need to get started. 50,000 people inside the crow's nest right now. Let's go. Let's go.
Wait. How many?
50.
How many did you say there was? Because I only see 12 thumbs up.
Let's do this, guys. Let's set a goal. Let's set a goal for this podcast. Let's get 75 likes for Howie Long. Let's get 75 likes. That's the goal tonight. All right.
75 likes.
You see it.
I like that goal.
See it right over the shoulder. Yep. 75. If you're a fan of buzz cuts, smash that like button. If you wear
Kentucky waterfalls, smash that like button.
If you still have that neck roll from high school, smash that like button. I know you still have it, Chair.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't have a neck roll, bro. I gotta be honest.
I thought you were the Mr. 60 Minutes, dog.
I was kind of jealous of the motherfuckers that had that had the neck roll, bro. I was like, oh man, that looks kind of badass. And now I'm like, man, that's lame as hell.
That Mark Bavaro.
That big fat roll in the neck.
That big Mark Bavaro, dude. That Teddy Bruschi.
Oh man, dude, that shit looked like a goddamn fucking backpack, dude, or like a sleeping bag, dude.
Like a big foam.
And the rich kids had the cowboy collar, bro. The rich kids had the cowboy collar, the one that just kind of comes out like that. It looked kind of like Romo's.
Yeah.
Remember Romanowski had that coming out the back? It's just like an extra collar right here.
Look like
I used to do that, but I used to wear my
look like a shoehorn down the back of your shirt. And then you got the neck roll, that big foam kielbasa around the collarbone. That kielbasa.
Oh man.
All right, let's go. You can follow us on Twitter at Pillaging Pod. You can follow the man. Well, on your screen, you can follow the man to my left. I guess that would be to your right at Bobby Wasabi 4080, and you can also follow Che at Che_PJ4F and Kane at Kane MT6. Kane can't be with us tonight. It's a little late. He wakes up like way earlier than you do, so give him a break.
Way earlier than all of us.
Yeah. If you'd like to donate to the show, you can donate to us at paypal.me/PJ4F or right here in the YouTube chat, hit that little cash icon and send us $1. Buy Che and Bobby a beer. I'm drinking some fucked up chemicals right now, but I wanted to show off this glass.
Transmission fluid.
Can't really see the etching. Yeah, I'm drinking transmission fluid after tonight's game, y'all.
Hey, you know what's bad when Kenny had to go out to the van and tap tap into the transmission fluid. Bro.
Yeah.
He had to go tap the van, bro. He had to go tap the van.
Dude, and I thought I lost self-respect when I was drinking my hands over here, dog.
Drinking that antifreeze. No, I'm just drinking a little caffeine drink. Nothing too crazy. Shout out to Game Fuel Mountain Dew, our new sponsor. Psych. You wish.
It's those 8 locos, bro.
We're gonna keep calling these people out and throwing them out there, man. We're gonna keep throwing that line.
Yeah.
We gotta get somebody to sponsor us. Somebody's got to sponsor. Somebody got to want to sponsor us. Come on, man.
Come on, grocery outlet.
Come on, grocery outlet.
Quit holding out, bro.
Come on, Arteagas. Come on.
Hold on, really quick. We do have some sponsors, man. We want to show off to you guys. Let me pull those up for you guys. Since we're on Zoom, we can do something like this.
That's right. I could get fancy.
Hey.
That one's not working right now. Thanks for filling the airtime, guys. You got my back. Appreciate that. It's been great.
Always.
It's been great.
Sorry, man. I thought it was going to come up real quick.
All right, really quickly, shout out our sponsors. OneNationFanwear.com. As always,
go. Bam.
The official fan gear of all pillagers and all of Raider Nation, the finest fan gear in the nation. Go over there right now. You see you got the Pillaging hoodie up there. You got the Pillaging hats. You still got the nice Pillaging neck gaiter. Real popular this time of year. Keep the face warm. Keep yourself protected. I'm rocking the proudly hated hat that you see right here. Get yourself some sweatpants, man. It's sweatpants season right now. I'm wearing sweatpants right now. Also get this nice number 12 Ken Stapler jersey t-shirt. It's all kinds of stuff on here, man. The hats are really nice. We'll look at the snapbacks right now. Everything's really cool. You got the Tecmo Bow hat, right? Come on.
That's what's up.
Come on, man.
Look at
That's
dope
too
as
sick.
hell. That's dope as hell.
Get yourself the new design, the Sin City. And, of course, as you can see it, the silver on white Pillaging hats are back. These things are icy. You got to get them. These aren't always available. They come and they go, so I would hop on it now. You get it while it's hot. They got
edition, y'all.
They got distribution centers in the East Coast, on the West Coast, and also in Europe. So whatever you order, you're going to get it fast. You're going to get it at a fair price. Also, don't forget, DC4L Custom Tees, still a sponsor of this show. We have the original podcast logo. You can get that on a really nice T-shirt, and you can get it on a zip-up hoodie. I'm not legally allowed to show the back of this hoodie, but trust me, you're going to like it. Go to DC4LCustomTees.com, search the Pillaging Podcast. This is what you'll get.
Hey, real quick too. Let me give them the.
Oh yes.
The 3 trophies. Shout out to Dan. He sent me this. This is beautiful. 3 trophies, man.
There you go. Give them the love, bro.
Yeah.
And Sal Salazar, Sal's Mexican Restaurant.
Hey, Sal.
Nice.
Here we go, man.
Look at that. The people's choice, bro.
That's how it's done, bro. That's how it's done right there.
Yes, sir. You get gift cards. You can order their salsa to go. I've heard it's fire. This restaurant's been around for nearly 80 years. So, you know, they're doing something right, and they're doing it a lot. So, man, I know a lot of people outside of California can't get good salsa. Now you can. All right. Official sponsor of the Pillaging Podcast. Also, I want to shout out to BathkeEngraving.etsy.com. Let me see if I can get this open really quick. This website's working here. Yeah, BathkeEngraving.
I can't wait to try that salsa.
There you go, right there. This is the glass I'm drinking out right here. $15. It could be yours.
Oh yeah!
Look at that pint glass.
I got 4 of them. I got 4 of them for the crew over here. So, Che, you got one. Kane, I got to get him one. Everyone's got one over here.
Bro, that beer was so cold, man. It's like I couldn't. It's like it never warmed up. I mean, you know, maybe it was just me, but that beer was delicious, dog.
You know why? Because the Pillaging crew's cold as hell. That's why.
Cold as ice, Charlie Murphy.
We cold as ice.
Cold as ice. Shout out to Quinn, the frowny face raider. Good to see the gang together. Kane is with us in spirit. Yeah, he is, man. He says shout out to all you guys. He's in decent spirits after that game. That took a long time to get started, so let's roll, man. We're gonna talk about.
Let's do it, man.
We got a couple quick hits, and we're gonna go through this game quarter by quarter, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna do my best to keep an eye on the chat, keep you guys involved. And we found out earlier that we can actually play phone calls, and Bobby and Shay can hear them, which is a technical issue you guys don't need to bother yourself with, but it works. So we'll get into some phone calls too. Probably nothing live because these guys can't respond to you, but we will play the voicemail. So let's get it started with some quick hits. Raiders offensive coordinator Greg Olson and Henry Ruggs absent from tonight's game after testing positive for COVID-19. Our thoughts and prayers are with those 2 gentlemen. Salute to you guys, man. Take it easy.
Yep. Be safe. Take all precautions.
Yep.
We'll see y'all soon enough. No rush.
That's it. Quick hits. The M Resort Hotel in Las Vegas is opening a Raiders-themed restaurant in 2021. This thing's going to be badass. I saw a little photograph. When you think Raiders restaurant, I mean, you might have a couple images in your mind, but this is the M Resort Hotel. This place is nice. And this is probably going to be the most elegant Raiders grill that you'll ever walk into. I mean, it looks nice. They're going to have memorabilia, autographs, I mean, all kinds of stuff on the walls, obviously playing the game, playing great games from the past when it's not game day. They're going to have, you know, some Raider dishes and stuff like that. Definitely got to check this place out. I know it's Las Vegas. You're going to spend money anyways. You might as well spend it at the Raiders restaurant, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is true. Hey, man, if they really wanted to keep it real, though, let's just be honest. If they really wanted to keep it real, though, they'd be cooking up all that stuff that you find at the tailgate, though. Okay? They need to come through the Pillaging tailgate.
Yeah.
They need to hit up our homies all around the A-lot, man, and see what they cooking up and serve up tailgate food
they'd have
to
that,
Raider fans.
They'd have that little...
Yeah. And it would just be a bunch of... It'd just be a bunch of mini grills all over the place.
If they really want just one person, go hit up Hawaiian Raider.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Yo,
yeah.
Tailgate on lock.
Tailgate legend right there. Tailgate legend.
A legit Raiders
out.
restaurant is like 35 sweaty dudes huddled around a comal waiting for the next taco. That's
And the
it.
urinal trough on the side.
Oh, no, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's leave that in the past.
Hey, dude, I still got it from the Coliseum, bro. I'm trying to sell that, man. I got to use it somewhere.
Bobby's selling the purple jeans with the little Raiders trough backsplash, unwashed, signed, game worn.
That's right, dude. Last game.
It's on eBay. Last bid was $758. That's a good price. It's a good price. Shout out to Silky
It's just
Slim.
me, dude. I just keep revving up the price, man.
Keep betting against yourself. Shout out to Silky Slim.
Pillaging.
Thank you for the $19.99 in the chat. Very generous. Honestly, too much money. He says, "Welp, we're gonna get to that." One more quick hit for you guys. Gruden, as you guys noticed, and they talked about social media, so I know it was one of you guys posting pictures that Gruden started the game with an Oakland Raiders hat on. Didn't we all, though? That was Bobby.
I still got it on, bro. I still got it on. I still got it on, man.
Oh, yeah.
I
He
think
knew what he was doing.
I think Bobby's got
Ain't
the
nothing changed
actual
over
hat.
here, bro. Look, I got the collie right here, man.
I think Bobby's got the actual hat from tonight's game. That's what it was looking like.
He got that right off of Gruden's fucking head.
It's got the bend in it. Yeah.
It's missing the button.
Oh man.
Shut
That's
up,
when
Bobby.
he yanked it. He's like, "Give me that, Gruden."
All right, now it's
Hit in
time.
the game.
It's time for the
man.
the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're gonna get into this game. We're just gonna go quarter by quarter, man.
Let's do it, man.
First drive, Raiders come out. Jacobs up the middle, gets stopped, 1 yard gain. Seen a lot of that. Seen a lot of that lately, right? Jacobs not getting any push up the middle. The line really not doing him any favors. Those holes aren't opening like they used to. And I'm surprised that on the right side it's the same thing because it's Trent Brown, Gabe Jackson, Rodney Hudson. What's going on there, Che? Is it an injury? I mean, we've been talking about undisclosed injuries. Is Trent Brown not right? What's happening?
This is it's a mystery, but I really don't think it's much of a mystery, man. We already know that our big boys up front, man, they don't really take days off unless they're like cannot move, like they can't like play, Incognito, he went out with that Achilles, and he hasn't been able to come back. I don't think that's because he didn't want to. I think it's because that's a big dude with a bad Achilles. Those two don't equal performance, bro. You know what I mean? Like That's just not gonna happen. That's a lot of weight to carry around. These are some big dudes. There's a reason why they're one of the best offensive lines when they're all healthy, because they can punish people. And in recent weeks, we haven't seen that. We haven't seen the kind of manhandling that we're used to seeing, right? Like they're going out there. You see guys get through. You're seeing more pressure on the quarterback. You're seeing the line get held up, when we're used to just seeing the running back being able to get behind one of the guards and just get like 3, 4, 5 yards easy, right? It's not happening now. And I think it's all attributed to injuries, man. Look, we have Rodney Hudson, who is by far, and this is not just bias, man. Just go ahead and look at his performance. Go ahead and look at his, how long he's been able to keep the quarterback clean, how effective he is. In my eyes, he's the best center in the league, and I think all of Raider Nation can agree on that. That dude you can count on, absolutely. But you can see in the last few weeks that even he's struggling a little bit, and that's because I know he's got that kind of mental toughness that says, "I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna play if I'm banged up." If I'm beat up, if I got, if I'm injured, I'm still gonna go out there. If I can stand up, I can play. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think a lot of these other guys have taken cues from him because he is the captain. He's the captain of that line. Mm-hmm. So you got Colton Miller on the outside, like I said last week. He's been playing. He's played the last few seasons injured, and a lot of people, doubted him, and they, said about a bunch of negative things about him. We were never on that. We acknowledged that he was playing injured, and that he actually had shown some pretty good prowess. even though he was, by other people's accounts, selected too early and all that kind of stuff. Cole Miller has been exactly the tackle that we wanted. As long as he's healthy, he performs.
Yeah.
And the same thing can be said for Gabe Jackson, right? The same thing can be said for Gabe Jackson. We know Gabe is a mauler. Okay, Gabe is a mauler. Pancakes for days. Okay, he stacks
grader.
them up.
Yep.
15 high, bro. Like he's stacking pancakes. Okay, all day long. Okay? And if you don't see him doing that, honestly, I can only point to the fact that he's playing injured. He's playing with an injury of some kind. And we know because he was out for a while. So none of these guys are 100%. Trent hasn't been 100%. We know that because he's been out for so long, right? Everybody's playing with something, some ailment right now. But they're hanging in there, and they're trying to go out there and play because they know that they're the best choice if they're available, right? So I tip my cap to them because I know that it's been a struggle. We haven't been happy with the performance in the run game. Jacobs is also injured. We know that for a fact too, right? So all of that plays into the performance of the run game and how we're seeing these plays develop. Obviously, early when everybody was healthy, things were clicking, bro. Like we didn't have no 3 and outs. We're getting first downs. We're running through people. Everything was working beautifully, and the only struggle that we were having was on defense. And now that we're having these occasional stops and we have to punt the ball, people are getting frustrated with the offense. The offense is still scoring. The offense isn't the problem.
Yeah. So hold on right there. Hold on right there because the chat, the last few, all fucking season, you guys have been going buck wild about firing Gruden, snatching his playbook away from him. You guys need to chill the fuck out, okay? The Raiders right now, 11th in overall scoring in the NFL, averaging 27 points a game. And you want to get rid of John Gruden? You want to take away Derek Carr? You want to start all the way over again? Just so I can hear you guys bitch for another 5 years about this stuff? I love you guys, but this shit needs to stop. This is bullshit. Let me read the teams that are above us in scoring. Arizona, Buffalo, Baltimore, New Orleans, Tampa, Indy, Tennessee, Seattle, Kansas City, and Green Bay. All bona fide playoff teams. And you think John Gruden's the fucking problem? When your defense is giving up 30 points a game, when you're last in the league in points allowed in the fourth quarter, and you want to fire John Gruden's ass? Get the fuck out of here, man. Are you guys watching the same games? Are you watching football?
It definitely has a lot to think about right there, man, because like you said, it's not the offense. I've gained a lot more. I'm a defensive cat, always have been, man. And I've gained a lot more respect these last couple of years, and especially the way it's been coming all together, man. The O-line, it's been banged up, man. But we just saw it today, dude. The O-line, even though it was trying its best to hold it together and they were making points, they had a backup QB making shit happen, dude. They would have had the regular QB making shit happen, man. But again, it's not the offense. It's the defense that's been fucking killing us every goddamn time.
Yeah. I mean, your starting quarterback goes down. He has a rough, last 2.5 years, really bad. We were on him big time. In comes Marcus Mariota, the meme lord for the whole season, comes in, throws down 75 yards on the ground, has your team in this game. Remember when Justin Herbert was coming out of the draft and we were talking about this kid may not have the technique and the accuracy, but he's willing to put a team on his back and do whatever it takes to win a ball game? Well, Herbert had a good game tonight, but that description matched Marcus Mariota tonight. He put on a fucking clinic as a backup quarterback. He earned every bit of that $17 million contract that he's getting paid to be on the sideline. The guy came out off the bench and gave you energy, sparked this team. Again, another 27 points tonight, like clockwork. You could just count on this offense putting 27 points on the board. And if you can't win football games off 27 points, it's not the head coach when he's an offensive guru. Nobody knew that we were bringing Gruden in to coach up this defense. That was never happening. All right? So I love you guys, but you need to chill with that. And if you say, oh, well, the head coach is both sides of the ball. Yeah, he fired his friend's ass on Sunday night. Paul Gunther's not here anymore. And I'll say this about the defense tonight. We blitzed more. We dialed up some run blitzes for a change. We held them in check on the run under 100 yards tonight. Yeah, they got some rippers on us, but we were stuffing them. No gain. tacos for a loss, the whole fucking shit. But when your secondary is Dallin Leavitt, Keyshawn Nixon, Nevin Lawson, Eric Harris, that ain't it, Chief. You ain't winning football games in the AFC West with that kind of secondary.
Facts, man.
Trayvon Mullen had his worst game of the season tonight. Still played a better game than the rest of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Look, I'm just gonna say this about the whole. I mean, we get to see it. We're on Twitter. We get to see Raiders Twitter. Raiders Twitter goes crazy, and they can go off on some crazy stuff. Everyone has an opinion, and I respect that. You can have an opinion, but the bottom line is Gruden is the problem, man. Like for the last few years, people have been trying to say that Gruden is outdated, that he's not creative enough, that he hasn't, looked into today's game, and that's bullshit, man. We told you guys when we brought him in, like, this guy, all he's done is sit in the film room, study offenses and quarterbacks for since he had left the game. He had been doing that. So I don't believe that one bit. I think he has picked up some stuff. I think he has learned some new tricks. But he has his he's gonna have his days. He's gonna have his days where he has, maybe like the last play that we had on the goal line, man. Like, I wasn't very happy with that, but I'm not ready to fire Gruden over it, because at the end of the day, like, he had a play in mind. He felt it would work, and he went for it. He shot his shot, right? We still scored points. We still got a field goal, and we still had an opportunity to shut down San Diego and win that game, right? What would really have fucked us is if we hadn't scored any points, right? Let's just say he gets all fucking in his head and says, like, no, I'm gonna get it in the end zone. Goes for it on fourth down. We don't score, and then we don't even have a shot like that. Then we didn't have a shot at all.
Hold on, because Davey Cad is responding to me in the chat. I don't want to piss you off, Davey. I appreciate you, man. We love you, bro. You're a pillager. You're here. You're rolling with us. We appreciate that. Respect. He says, you're talking to me, got it, but who drafted these folks? It wasn't John Gruden, all right? Keyshawn Nixon was undrafted. Dallin Leavitt, undrafted. Nevin Lawson, I think, was drafted by the Lions. Eric Harris, drafted by the Saints. We didn't draft these guys. These guys were to pad out the secondary, which we still have not addressed. All right? To answer your question, who drafted them, it wasn't John Gruden, just to be clear.
I mean, this defense is a work in progress, man. I mean, and we had hopes because we brought over some names, from other teams that we thought would help to juice this team up, help to elevate them. And those guys didn't pan out. And they haven't panned out either because they're just not the guy that we thought they were, or because of the defensive scheme that we're running right now. And like Kenny told you last week, like, just because, PG's gone doesn't mean his scheme is gone. Mm-hmm. Like, that shit's not going to change overnight. Like, you cannot install a completely new defense in this year. That's just a fact. Like, that's not going to happen.
Even Marinelli said it, dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Marinelli's just got to stick with what he has, and he's gonna look at the defensive sets that he has. He's gonna look at the defensive plays that he has, and he's gonna, just based off of what he thinks might actually work, throw those calls out there. But this isn't his defense, and we're not gonna see his defense, at least not this year. That's not gonna happen. He's not gonna be able to change things up and throw guys. I mean, we would look worse. If you try to do that, we would be worse. You
can't change it. You can simplify it, but you can't change it. You can go deeper. I mean, I saw some blitzes tonight that I hadn't seen all season. So real quick, let's catch up. Pillaging. Shout out to Pillaging Pete. He says, optimistic and pessimistic fans should hush. Offseason started today. Give Cable a second and fourth round pick of his choosing. The O-line needs depth. Yes, and we said that going into the season, Pete, so we're on the same page there. Really quick, shout out to Sal Salazar, the man behind the salsa. Pillaging. Hey. He said, what did Woodson say? Score 24 and the defense should have enough room to win. Exactly. Thank you very much. Right. Henry Whitfield, Pillaging. The $5 donation. He says, big facts, Kenny. Offense banged up. Offense still producing their long drives tonight. Kept us in the game. Second half, It was not the defense. Yes, exactly that. And got a couple more here. Chevy Raider with a $4.99 donation and super chat. Says, thank you, Kenny. They need to get the fuck on to... Says, I'm going to read it. He says, you need to get the fuck on to Raider Cody stream with that shit. Gruden brought in defense players in free agency, and they did not produce. They didn't. I mean, they didn't. It's true. And shout out to Blake 4311. Gruden's fancy play calling at the end lost us the game. Yeah, I mean, that red zone right there. Chase, speak on it, because you were talking about it before we got on the air. The failed attempt to Ingold.
I mean, like I said, I was unhappy with the play calls on the goal line, man. Look, I get, like, right before those last three plays, right? You had Jacobs ate up and got us all the way down there to the goal line. I thought he might actually break it and get in. He was hungry. Like, you could just see Jacobs just wanted that touchdown, right? And I think that they wanted to try to give him that touchdown. They thought he deserved it. So they went right back out there, ran the ball again. But I think there's a point in time where you say, like, yes, I want to reward my player for fucking, giving us that effort, but I also want to win this game. Mm-hmm. And I think we tried to reward our player too much in that instance, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But I get it because Jacobs definitely deserved that touchdown. But the way we went about it just didn't work. We tried to run two right up the gut. They crashed in that line like we've been talking about. They're hurt, they're injured, and they're just not operating the same way. And we got pressure. We got, guys in the backfield, and Jacobs sitting back there trying to juke before the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. He's trying to juke before the line of scrimmage. My brother was sitting there watching the game with me, and he's like, what the fuck? You just get upfield. And I'm like, bro, I mean, if he's hopping back and forth side to side, it's because someone's going to fucking hit him, like someone's in his face, like in line with him. So that's the only reason why, right? So we had that one, he's hopping and then he gets tackled and then he loses his footing. And now we're down to third down.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not like the third down call. I don't mind when Gruden goes to 3 tight end set. Okay. 3 tight ends, fullback and running back. I'm okay with that because I know the kind of tight ends that we have, right? They're as good as the rest of our receivers, especially Waller. Waller's our best receiver. Come on now. Let's be real. Waller is our best receiver as a tight end. So I don't mind that. But when you run all the people that you're releasing into the short side of the field, and it wasn't like a super, super short side, but it was still the short side of the field, okay? Because we were a little bit more to that side of the field.
No, it was definitely short side, yeah.
Yeah, we were still inside of the we were still inside of it, but we were shifted to that left side. And it just didn't look like there was any room, man. Like you run a bootleg, and you have your running back release there, and then the 2 tight ends that were on that side release there. You release Witten, and you release Moreau, and on the backside you have Waller who's just sitting in blocking. He didn't release, bro. Like, what the hell? Like, what in your mind makes you think the best receiver out there on the field not gonna release for a pass? Like that kind of shit does drive me crazy. Man.
And as you pointed out earlier, Waller's been struggling in the blocking game the last couple of weeks.
Right?
Something going on there. So,
and I mean Waller might have another undisclosed injury, man, because I saw him a few times tonight shy away from some contact that I know he's not afraid of contact. I've seen him run through people and do that kind of stuff. And today, when he was out ahead of Mariota just had one more guy to beat. All Waller had to do was hit that guy, and he would have broke free for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. That would have been a long ass run. Mm-hmm. Waller instead held up and tried to catch the dude. So when I see that makes me think like this guy either has some kind of like he's got some kind of like buggy, like something's bugging him with his legs, because that's usually what could happen. Like you go and you like try to go full contact into somebody, or you're stretched out, you extend yourself a little too much. Or either that or an arm. Maybe he's dealing with some kind of shoulder or whatever. So he was trying to catch the guy instead of like really get into the dude.
Yeah.
And that play doesn't happen. And then we saw it a couple more times, when he stayed in the pass block and stuff like that. So I feel like he's probably injured too, because I haven't seen him all season do that. I haven't seen him shy away from contact, and he's been a great blocker for us. We've been talking about him being an all-around tight end, and that's one of the reasons why he's at the top of the tight ends right now. He's top 3 for sure.
Yeah,
he might be the best one. Maybe that's just me as a Raider fan being homerish, but I can put him. I put him up against Kelsey.
Yeah, he's number 2 behind
anytime.
Kelsey. Yeah, he's ranked number 2.
Yeah, he is.
No, but I'm not talking about like in terms of what the rest of the league stats and stuff like that say. I'm just talking about what I see. I don't think that highly of Kelsey, but of course he's a Chief. So what would you expect?
If you did, you wouldn't be on this podcast.
I hope he does fall into a fucking hole like he did on fucking Moonbase.
I was gonna say he did die in Moonbase 8, so that's the only good thing he ever did.
Hey, watch that show, guys. Hey, some skin on skin contact later. We got some skin on skin session later, bro. Man, the chat's going in on Brant right now. You guys don't want me to talk about that guy. I can't take another lawsuit, guys. I really can't. All right. The second play of the game.
Yeah, there's some good ones, dog.
The second play of the game. This is gonna be a long show, guys. No, just wanted to highlight. So we got off on that, and all that needed to be said, right? And that all started with the question: why is Jacobs not being as effective? It's not Jacobs' fault. He's banged up, still giving maximum effort. It's his offensive line, and roll that same line out again next year. It's going to dominate. They're banged up. Problem is the depth. So we've covered all of that. That first drive basically goes 3 and out, right? It's another 3 and out to start the game. That's at least 2 weeks in a row that we have 3 and out. I think that might be 3 weeks in a row. When we started this season, we were driving down the field and scoring like clockwork. So a big part, again, the offensive line. When your bread and butter is not churning the way it needs to, this is when you're going to get. Chargers come out, they go right down the field. Not only that, 12 plays, 78 yards, 7.5 minutes. They had like 3 drives of 7 minutes or longer tonight. And that's another problem, right? I mean, we're not going to dissect this defense any more than the Chargers did tonight, are we, guys?
I don't think there's much to be said, bro. I mean,
I don't think there's much left, dude.
Yeah, there's not much left to dissect, man.
Yeah, they cut everything out, dude. Dude, straight out, it was like
they left no vitals, bro.
It was like biology class, dude. That frog was taken completely apart, dude.
So the Raiders take the field again. They go down the field. It's a decent drive. It goes 9 plays, 73 yards in 9 plays, 5-minute drive. 3rd and goal from the 2. Carr drops back. He's got nothing. Rolls out to his right. You see him kind of hitch the body like he wants to set for that, and something sprung right there in the groin. And that's it. He pulls up lame, hobbles off the field. Dude's in a lot of pain. Are we going to see Carr back this season? I think the obvious answer is no, right?
I think you're right, man. I think if there was any opportunity for him to come back, I think he might have actually tried. I think he might have tried, but the way he pulled up and the way he walked off and the way he went to the sideline and kind of like, hunched over, I think he knew, like, oh shit, I might have tore something. So, obviously this is speculation. We don't know the details yet, and I'm sure that's to come in the next couple of days. But I think that assumption is right, and even more so because of the performance that we did get out of Mariota, right? A performance like that from Mariota, and listen, Mariota shut me up. I sent you guys that emoji. I was like, ooh, the fucking zipper on my mouth. Because I was like, oh man, it's gonna get bad right now. It's about to get bad. Let's see how bad it gets. That's what I said, something along those lines.
What did I send you back? The Larry David gif. Pretty.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, man. He came in and he impressed, man. He was impressive. Outside of the turnover, that was his fault because he threw the ball behind, right?
Hold on real quick because this plays into that.
Pillaging.
Shout out to Chevy Raider, $4.99 donation in the super chat. He says, Kenny, Che, and Bobby, says, good to see you back, Che. How are you guys feeling after Mariota balled out after Karl strained his vagina? I got to read these, guys. I got to read these.
I thought it said it's Visalia. I was like, damn, dude. I was like, I didn't know it smelled weird like that over there.
Hey, no, this is what I'm saying. And then shout out Chevy. Thank you for those words, man. Sure. I'm glad to be back, at least on screen, right? I'm still itching to get back in the studio, so hopefully you're here pretty quickly. But I mean, you feel good. I mean, I'm still not. I'm not jumping at like let's make Mariota the permanent starter. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of. Right now, I bet you right now Twitter's lit up with like the guys that really like to hate on Karl talking about there it is. We told you, like this is the guy, this is it. We're moving forward and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think that at all. I think Karl has proven himself this year in more than one way, and I think he's shown us that he is the guy. Mm-hmm. He just needs, like we told you last week, like Kenny told you last week, he needs to have a great offensive line. Mm-hmm. He needs to have fucking weapons, okay? Because once he has that, he has the protection, he has the time, and he has the guys to actually throw to and that can catch the fucking ball, that he can trust to catch the ball. He balls out, man. We've seen him ball out this year, man. There's no hesitation in me to say that this year. We've been on his ass the last couple of years, especially last season, so I have no problem, taking a step back and saying, no, look, he answered the call. When we called him out, he answered the call. So I don't feel like it's time to move on from Karl. I think he showed us this year why we need to continue moving forward with him. But obviously I'm happy about Mariota coming in and not shitting the bed. Like he came in, he balled out. He brought a different wrinkle to the game, right? He gets on, he fucking runs. And motherfucker runs fast, bro. Like, You see him make that tackle, he threw that interception. He made that play on that. That was going to be a touchdown.
Yeah,
that was good.
What'd you guys think of John Gruden dialing up some option plays there?
I mean, I like it. See, there you go. And we're talking about, Gruden being the old dog that can't learn new tricks, but he adjusted pretty fucking good to Mariota coming in, because Mariota wouldn't have had the success that he had tonight if Gruden didn't already have shit prepared for Mariota if he had to come in the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's be real fucking clear about that. Like Mariota doesn't have the game that he had today.
Pretty.
Good.
Hell yeah. But he doesn't have the game that he had tonight coming in as a backup, if Gruden didn't have like the mindset to say like, if this guy has to be in the game, I have to have a specific game plan for him to be successful. That just goes to show you his adaptability, and it was nice to see, because we had Gannon all those years back, the last great quarterback that we remember, right? And that's kind of what Gruden had with Gannon. Like Gannon could do those kind of things for us. He would scramble, he would run, he'd pick up a lot of first downs and make plays with his feet.
Creative.
Yeah. And so Mariota getting out there, it gave me a little bit of a flashback. Give me a little bit of a flashback for sure. But that's as far as it goes. I think Mariota is going to carry us out through the rest of the season, and then we're gonna see what happens. But I think Karl is still the guy.
Yeah, and don't get your hopes up, Pillagers, because they didn't expect Mariota in that game. They didn't prepare for that. Next week, Miami's going to be prepared for that, and it's going to be different.
That's another thing.
For sure.
We've seen Mariota struggle with his accuracy on the deep ball. He had that problem in Tennessee. He had that problem again tonight. Don't get me wrong. He laced a couple ones. The second drive in the second quarter was just a clinic for Mariota. Hands off to Jacobs, gain of 2. 2nd and 8, Marcus Mariota deep left to Foster Moreau for a gain of 22 yards. There's Moreau getting involved again. Then you got a Booker cut back, gets a short 3 yards. Mariota on 2nd and 7, over the middle to Waller, 13-yard, bang. And then Mariota runs it off the right side, 11 yards, bang. Hand off to Jacobs, no gain, no problem. 2nd and 10, looks deep to Waller, streaking down the sideline, laces the rainbow right into his hand, 35-yard touchdown, beating a corner. Darren Waller, Marcus Mariota hooking up on that play. That was he was 7 and 10 on that drive, 86 yards, 7 plays in just 4 minutes. Mariota putting on a clinic in that drive.
Yep.
Oh, and Beto and Callie, I noticed this too. Pillaging. $4.99 in the super chat. She says props to Mariota for that tackle after his interception, though. Hey.
Yeah. He tried.
That's
all we can say.
He tried.
Yeah. Not. All I can say about that is that I always use the example of the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. The thing is, the reason why is because I had a coworker who, the only person in California that I knew that was an Eagles fan. And so when I saw the QB go down, I was like, well, that's it. Your year's over. Haha, blah, blah, blah. And they had a backup to go in there and be able to fill it in. And that's what I see right now. I see Mariota as a very good backup. Like Ches said, dude, I don't lose any faith right now after seeing what Karl can do with the weapons, the line, and everything else, the time. It's good, man. I don't see us basically, giving the deuces to Karl and just, having Mariota be rocking that C on his jersey and shit, Yeah. I honestly don't see that.
Yeah. A couple drives later to finish out the second quarter. Again, devastating. This is what you were talking about. Back-to-back plays, the same in-out route, and the Raiders field the same deep zone defense. Everybody out of position. You had Mueller too shallow. You had Worley way too deep on that, and just giving up the soft zone. Unacceptable. With a minute left, they go right down the field and make it, 17-10? 4 plays, 49 yards, in 41 seconds. This is a different game if you stop them on that drive. Dare I say this is a different game if Cleveland Furrow plays, because we were getting in there tonight. I mean, we were in Herbert's face but could not close the deal.
Yep.
Numerous times, man.
Numerous times.
Key was there.
Listen, dude, I've been saying to put some fucking respect on Clee's name because Clee is that guy. We've been talking about him. And especially in recent weeks, man, like you could see the difference when he's in and when he's not. We got to see a glimpse of him come back, and it changed. It changed the defense for in the positive manner. And then then he's gone again, and we look like we just can't get there. Like we just don't have enough pressure up front. Clee is that guy, man. I have faith in that dude, and people are still downplaying him, but I think that there's a reckoning coming here pretty soon when this dude is able to stay healthy. And we improve the secondary and give the line just a split second more. I think Clee's going to surprise some people.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But I see everything that he's done. We were talking about it. We've been talking about it for like I said, the last few weeks about the ways that he affects the game. He doesn't have to sack the quarterback because he can shut down the side. He can shut down the run game to one side, and then you limit the team, the offense at half a field, man. That's big. That's humongous. People don't credit that enough.
Your play calling is going to be really limited when your secondary is filled with the names that I just mentioned, and those guys were never pegged to be starters, but it's who we're left with right now. So you're left with a choice. Do you blitz and gamble with those guys on the back end? Well, they tried that tonight, and you saw what happened. What do we give up in the air tonight? It was 306 yards in the air tonight. And
so, a lot of that came. A lot of that came in the first half, yo. Because Herbert had 100 in the first quarter, bro. Like starting the second quarter, he was already at 100. 9 for 9, I think, and 100 yards going in at the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, he
didn't have his first. Yeah,
he had 194 yards in the first half, 2 touchdowns. And, so you hold him to about 100 yards in the second half. But that's it. You shore up the secondary, just a couple more pieces. Get Abrams some help over the top. Get Damon Arnett healthy. Maybe Amik Robertson develops into a guy that we think he can be. And things start changing and bring in some depth. Joyner played better this year, I thought, going down the stretch. But you got to have all the pieces there on defense, right? Really quick shout out to Count Basie with the $10 donation via text message. Shout out Count Basie. We appreciate you, bro. And
nice.
I enjoy texting with you. I text with a lot of these pillagers, and you guys are hella cool. That's
what's up.
Anyways, I mean, Bobby, after the first half, how are you feeling about this game?
The way it capped off, I wasn't too happy about it because obviously they were going to get the ball back. But it definitely was showing that we were in it. We weren't getting blown out by a Cook, backup QB. Like that would have been completely devastating if we had Cook back there. I know we had a good line and everything, and that helps a lot. We have weapons out there, but it would have been a whole completely different fucking game at that point. So I was confident after the first half. I was like, you know what? It sucks what happened at the end, but we're hanging in there and we can make it happen. We have a QB that's willing to go out there and fly around and sacrifice his body if he has to in a smart way as well, and not to run towards the end zone with the ball hanging out outside over here.
Yeah. Looks like we're up to 41 likes, guys.
Oh,
we got 79 in the chat. The goal 75. I know you guys can do it, pillagers. I know you can do it.
Oh, if we get to 79 likes, Chair will go out there and start streaking down Hollister, the main drag. So do it, pillagers. Do it. Make it happen. Make it. Again, pressure Chair to do it, dude. Peer pressure, Chair. You got to do it now, bro. We said it.
We're going through the quad and into the gymnasium.
Coming into the second half, I was like, we're still in this game. I didn't think we would be. I didn't even want to watch this game, to be honest. I was like, I'm sitting down for this. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be a bumpy 4 quarters, and it was on defense, but it was really exciting to watch Marcus Mariota. Another guy I want to shine a spotlight on who responded well after being a healthy scratch for 2 weeks was Karl Nassib. I thought that guy was getting after it tonight, man. Couple run stuffs. He was getting in there. I saw him chasing Herbert a couple times. Shout out to Karl Nassib, man. He responded well,
Absolutely, man. Little chip on his shoulder, right? After being a healthy scratch, for a couple games. I think that was his way of giving notice, like, hey, you better have me in this game. So a shout out to him for sure. I think all the guys that we do have can provide a good wrinkle, a good wrinkle to the defensive line, right? Even Key, because even though Key doesn't hit pay dirt, he still is, effective in getting into the backfield, causing some pressure. We're not seeing the numbers in sacks, but he gets in there, he gets back there. So all these guys that are mixing in on the defensive line, they all provide a wrinkle. They all have some positives. But they're much more effective when Klee is there. That's, just re-emphasize that.
It's because he demands a lot of attention. That's what happens, dude. People start focusing on him, and they start focusing on Klee, on Max, and that just frees up everybody else. I was surprised to actually see Hurst in there making stops, dude. I was like, you know what? I'm like, I think he was listening. I think he was at one thumbs down, because he got mad that we were yelling at him and shit, dude. And I was like, good, I'm glad. I'm like, pay attention, dude, because you should be stepping up, bro. Yeah. This last, 4 or 5 weeks, dude, this has been the time that everybody has to step it up, man. And I admire the cats that are playing through that pain, man, because as you can see, it's not easy, man, especially with all this crap. And especially after, playing on Sunday and having to play again, 4 days later on Thursday and shit.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned all that, because shout out to Layla Meowcat 17. I don't recognize the name, so welcome to the chat, and I apologize if it's not your first time. This is not a donation, but she says, I swear I haven't heard Crosby's name mentioned in at least 4 weeks. And you haven't. With Klee being playing injured, they're just going to key on him. Arden Key, who's playing better this year. I mean, a big part of it is he's actually playing this year. But he's not that kind of threat. And, maybe Karl Nassib is, but he was out the last 2 weeks. He plays with heart. He flashed the first couple games of the season, but it's Max Crosby and Cleveland Farrell. That's your salt and pepper right there. Those are the guys who are getting after it. And we don't have both of them. and you need both, right? You saw when Mac was here, people would get on his back for not being effective for 3 weeks in a row and then come out and have a monster game. So it takes more than one defensive end. And in fact, you need linebackers pressuring behind you as well, right? And we don't have that. And props to Kwiatkowski, who had struggled the last couple of weeks, comes in. He got burned a couple times tonight. We don't ask him. He doesn't have the speed. We don't ask him to cover, tight ends and wide receivers. He has to, but that's, this. It's not necessarily what he's here for, but led the team in tackles tonight with 10. So shout out. Shout out to Pete Pillaging with the $5 donation. He says, hit that like button until 75 so Brother Wasabi and I will have a mullet growing contest. I haven't seen your wig piece lately, Pete, but I think Bobby's got a head start on you, man.
Yeah, he's got a good head start, man.
He got that, oh yeah, dude.
He got that
that COVID waterfall.
He got the Mario Lopez in Saved by the Bell right now.
Hey, I'm trying to be the next Colonel Sanders, bro.
You got that Corona cut, bro.
Ain't no Corona cut, dog. It's just Corona length, dog.
There you go. No cuts.
No cuts. On the next drive, it was a 3rd and 10. Raiders struggling on 3rd down, so pay extra attention on 3rd down. I mean, you do anyways. But I like this. Mariota backpedaling gets the ball off to Waller for 25-yard completion. Not piling on Karl here, but we've seen Karl throw off his back foot, and it's not pretty. We see what we saw tonight is Mariota. He's got some snap on his ball. He's not accurate, but that ball is a freaking laser beam, man, and it comes out quick.
Freaking
laser beam.
Hey, but you know what though? Listen, let's give some reason for that. Like Mariota, his whole entire life has been a mobile quarterback, right? So just like you see over, with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, like these guys, this is what they do. They run and they throw. Okay, they get outside the pocket and they throw the ball. Mm-hmm. It's something that they're comfortable doing, that they've become accustomed to doing. Karl isn't that guy. And so, yeah, when he's doing that kind of shit, it's going to look awkward. It's probably going to look bad because it's not what he's designed to do. It's not how he prefers to throw the ball. He likes to be in the pocket, get set, and chuck that shit.
Yeah.
So, I think there's reasons for it. Okay, there's reasons for it not looking pretty when he does it.
Yeah. Shout
out to Mariota for being able to do it.
Somebody asked in the chat, Junior Melgoza, he says, is Mariota stronger than Karl? A lot of it has to do with body mechanics, man. Mariota is more compact. I would say probably a stronger core than Derek Carr does. But just being compact like that, being lower to the ground, he's going to have a little bit more torque on his passes. Derek Carr, much taller, much more upright passer, not quite as athletic as Mariota. They have strengths in different areas, though. Carr's much more accurate when he's flat-footed or when he's going forward on the pass, when he's stepping up into it. Carr's got pinpoint accuracy when everything's going well. But off the back foot, athletic plays, broken plays, Mariota all day. There's people in the chat asking, should we be running both of those guys out there? I'm not a big fan of dual quarterback offenses. I see what like New Orleans does and some of these other teams. I don't really like that. How do you guys feel about dual quarterback offenses?
No, not when you have two guys that are primarily quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily like that. Because then it becomes this like question of like, well, who are you going to play today? You know what I mean? It's like there shouldn't be a question as to who your quarterback's going to be all the time. Like 100% your quarterback is this guy. The other guy just comes in for a trick play or to change up for a change of pace or whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you have two guys that are quarterbacks, right? And you're alternating them, that's just not going to create chemistry. I think that's going to affect the chemistry of your team. That's why it works in New Orleans, because that other dude just doesn't have all the skills to be an every single day quarterback, right? He's the utility guy, right? Let's spread him out. Let him, catch a bomb. Let's pitch it to him. Let him run, okay, you can throw occasionally, so get in here and throw one. Like, that's why it works for them. And maybe I'll eat my words a little bit because I saw him have some pretty good games in Drew Brees' absence. But everybody knows he's not going to be the permanent guy, right? Like he is just that guy that can come in and do. He's a Swiss Army knife, right? Think about Cordell Stewart way back when. Like he was much more effective when he was just kind of like the Swiss Army knife guy than when he became the constant starter. Remember that shit went to hell right away.
Real bad.
Same thing, bro. Same thing.
And they ran with it too for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, having dual quarterbacks is more of a novelty thing. Mm-hmm. Like Chess said, it's a cool thing to kind of like, freak out the defense a little bit, but how often can you really rely on that? You have to be able to have that like Chess said, dude, that solid relationship where they can all know what the hell that person is. Just those little slight indications of the body, of the eyes, whatever the hell it is, that communication that they've had before. I was very nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous when Mariota went in there because, dude, what's the relationship been like, dude? Not only that, Mariota was also, I believe, on the COVID list as well. Remember, he was actually thrown in there as well, so he was out for a while as well. So it's not like he was up to date all the time. And my thing was like, oh shit, all right, cool, here goes, man. Let's see if they've actually been talking to each other this whole time, or if it's just, been the quarterbacks hanging out with the quarterbacks and just passing to each other and shit, who knows what the hell's going to happen right now. So I was pleasantly surprised with how quickly Mariota was able to step in there and actually, produce, man. I definitely was happy about that, man. Mm-hmm. But as far as having that whole dual thing or whatever, let's just leave the Wildcat plays for a Wildcat plays, man.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
real
great,
quick,
great points, man.
Quick though, real quick, Kenny, I'm sorry to cut you off, because I just wanted to check on something, because you said you felt like Mariota's a little bit more compact. He's actually the taller.
Is he really?
Of the two,
really? Okay.
He's 6'4".
Shit.
At least he's listed at 6'4".
All right.
Damn.
223 listed at 6'4", 223. So,
he's got what, an inch on Karl? Then they're about the same.
An inch, 6'3".
Yeah.
Karl's 6'3". He's
Okay.
6'4". So he's got an inch on him, and he might have a little weight on him too.
Okay.
So that that in itself could tell you why he's maybe looking a little stronger, or he's able to plow through for some extra yards when he runs.
Well,
but I also think that Karl's a little smarter in terms of like, I'm not gonna get hurt,
Yeah.
like. That's because then the season's over. The season's over if he gets hurt. You know what I mean?
Hey, Mariota's diving to the pylon. We've seen that before. We've seen that happen a different way. So it was definitely interesting watching the contrast, taking nothing away from Derek. He's had a great season this year. Shout out to Straight Right Sports, always with hot takes. He says, Pillaging. With the $5 donation. Thank you very much. He says, Mariota's performance shed light on how scary our offense would be if Karl was more mobile. I see where you're going with that. There were some electric plays, but at the end of the night, it was 27 points on the board. That's what Karl's been doing all season himself. So maybe, but again, against a team that did not prepare for you, it's the same output. So I yes and no, but I'm leaning towards not really. Not really. I want to give props to this coaching staff, to John Gruden for the excellent coaching off the field. You've seen that Mariota's been getting reps in practice. He's been taking reps with his first team. They were prepared for this moment in case it happened. And that's invaluable. That's invaluable.
Yep.
LA starts off a drive after. Okay, so I wanted to say Josh Jacobs leaping over the pile for a touchdown. After having an ankle injury, after having his knee looked out in the tent. Props to his toughness, man. This kid, he could have blown that whole thing off jumping over that pile, and he got some air, man. He got some air on that jump. But in the next drive, LA takes the field. First play on the drive. Johnson puts a hand right in Mullins' face. Just shoves him in the face mask right on the sideline.
No call.
Nothing.
Yeah, man.
I felt obviously there's missed calls in every football game, and we harp on this all the time as Raider fans. This is the worst officiated game we've had all year.
Oh yeah, by far. For sure, bro.
There were so many hands just grabbing and pulling, dude, that honestly I was sickened, dude, by the amount of bullshit. I've known that we get screwed over all the time. I know that we play two teams every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, shit. Who knows now with the whole Corona thing, but we always battle two teams, man. It's always the team and the Zebras, man. But this time, Zebras were running wild, bro. Honestly, dude. They really were, dude.
They were flying around out there.
Zebras gone wild, bro. Look out for that DVD.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be late night at 1 a.m. You'll see those infomercials.
Zebras all blurred out and shit.
Holding index cards.
That's hilarious.
Oh man.
And you know that drive goes 12 plays, 5 minutes, 75 yards, and a touchdown. We blew two third downs on that drive too. And they only had 2 third downs on that drive. So you do the math right there. In fact, for the game, what was it? For the game, we were trailing in the first half. The Raiders had 7 first downs. Chargers had 13. Finished the game with 27 first downs apiece. Raiders played a great second half. Not enough to get the job done, but a third down efficiency. The Chargers were 7 for 12, and the Raiders are 5 for 13. Again, that evens out in the second half. In the first half, it was a much different story. So, team getting better in the third down department in the second half of the game, but it could not overcome the mistakes from the first half. Could not do it. Let's move to the fourth quarter here. Raiders in the middle of a drive, 4th and 2, right? Call timeout, quarter expires to come back in the fourth. I was surprised to see them take the field again. I was happy they did. Did you guys feel like they were going to kick the ball away there, or did you think they were going to come back from that and actually run a play? Were you guys shocked by that? Was that aggressive for you? Did you enjoy it?
You know what?
Did you like it?
A part of yeah, I enjoyed it. Hell yeah. You know, they decided to nut up and go for it. But there was a part of me that thought like, oh, they just wanted to see if they could draw an offsides, you know, and then I thought they were going to come out. So I was pleased to see that they took the field again when they came back. That they were like, no, hell no, we're going to go for it. We're going to do it. That was nice, and of course we picked it up, so even better, right? Like that's the cherry on the top.
Richard Hardy in the chat. Can I call you Dick Hardy? Can I call you that? Because I think that's a cool name. Or Hardy Dick, as it would be in the phone book. I think that's a good handle for social media. Like
I think it's Hardy D.
Hardy D is good. I like that. I'm no cap, dude. I think that's hilarious. I think that's cool. That's a strong name. He says, I agree with what you said about the offensive grid, and they aren't the problem. They're not the problem, man. I'm telling you right now, they're not the problem. You guys think that his game planning is outdated? You can only do so much with the X's and O's, guys. I mean, you want more jet sweeps, you want run pass option. That's not our personnel. Not when that's just not it. And there's some nice play design today. That Waller catch and go on the wheel route, that was beautiful, man. There's some questionable calls. The red zone offense needs to do better. Shout out to Blake 4311. Pillaging. He says, at least we got to see Marcus play. He was fun to watch. He was. For this week, he was really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. Anyways, fourth quarter, we come out 4th and 2 shotgun, tight bunch, and they pass the ball. Caught by Aguilar on a comeback while going to the ground. A couple plays going to the ground tonight. One by Zay Jones. Aguilar, wide receivers are playing their heart out tonight. Aguilar, Mariota nearly knocked Aguilar's finger off tonight. Blew that fucker back.
It was backwards. You didn't see that?
Yeah.
It was. They had the camera there. They were focusing on it, and I thought it was the pinky, but then you see like the ring finger, and that thing it's just like this, dog, but by itself. Yeah, I've seen that before on the field, but goddamn, dude, that was nasty, man.
Shout out to him for just going to the sideline, getting it popped back in place, and just coming right back on the field.
Yeah,
well, that's what you're supposed to do, bro. That's why they always say you're supposed to carry a number 2 pencil with you, bro.
Yeah. And shout out to Ass Ketchup in the chat. Pillaging. Just for no particular reason. Just shout out, man. I guess that's better than Ass Mayo. You know what I mean? but I get that checked out if I was you.
Facts, bro.
Could be intestinal.
You gotta get that checked real quick, yo.
Could be internal.
Oh, man.
Again, Mariota throws deep to Aguilar. Aguilar hit, right? Clutching his ribs in the huddle. Does it come out of the game? No, man. Aguilar's been a tough motherfucker this year. Tough motherfucker in this game, especially. Jacobs showing some mobility on this. He has the reverses to the right end, right? He's supposed to go up the middle, pops it back to the outside. Jukes a tackler, goes for 11 yards. Called back because of a holding call on Gabe Jackson. Rare holding call on Gabe Jackson. But here we are, 1st and 20, screen pass to Richard, 7 yards, 2nd and 13, no problem. Mariota slides to his left, steps backwards, avoids pressure, gets the ball to Josh Jacobs, out the backfield, 15 yards, bang. I mean, this offense was clicking, man.
Yep.
Most impressive drive of the night. To tie the game 24-all, 19 plays, 75 yards, 10 minutes, and 52 seconds, almost the entire quarter. You love to see it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep. That's what I kind of wanted on that last drive, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted more of the same, and then we start picking up those big chunk plays.
Mm-hmm.
That big pass to Waller, and then before you knew it, we're on the goal line. I was like, man, we got here too quick. I wanted more of that clock eating up.
Yeah.
Because even if you get a field goal with that and you ate up the clock, you give them the ball back with a minute or 50 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
You can live with that. You can say like, okay, we're all right.
Which is why I was excited that when we went for it so many times on 4th and short, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, whatever the hell it was.
3 for 3.
I was excited by that, man, because I was like, it got to the point where it's like, fuck, dude, I don't trust this defense enough to actually be like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and let them take over. It's like, we're just better off going forward right here, dude. I mean, shit, we're going to turn over and give them the ball right back here anyway. So, and what the hell, AJ Cole? 14 fucking yard punt. Talk about giving him the ball back, dude. That was some horse shit, dude.
Yeah.
There you go, on cue, Bobby, because somebody in the chat was like, how come no one's saying anything about AJ Cole?
Well, it's because Vinny was like, all right, Bobby, so, next man up. And I know he was talking about them purple pants, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
And I was like, you know what? I would have gone out there, dude. I mean, shit, I can even hold the fucking ball, too. I'll hold the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, bam, hold it. The hell was that, dude? He almost fucking... dude, that was stressful as hell when I saw that ball fly out, dude. I was like, bro, come on, dude. Just hold the fucking ball, dude, and let dude kick it. It's not going to get there, but let him try.
Shanks a punt, muffs the snap right there, or bobbles the hold, whatever you want to say. And last week someone was saying, hey, when is Kenny going to give Carlson his props? I'm giving Carlson his props, man. He's been solid. He's been fucking solid this year. Super solid.
See, Kenny, you were supposed to keep dissing. You're supposed to keep dissing him, bro.
I can't no
as
more,
long
man.
as you've dissed him, he's played well, bro. That was the deal. We said Kenny will continue to diss Carlson so that he could continue to perform.
All right, here's my take. It wasn't AJ Cole's fault. Daniel Carlson crop dusted him before the snap, and he was like, "Oh!" It just hit him. It hit him late. Sometimes the release is late. And
oh man, he's going to be on the IR pink list.
So that was IR for pink eye. So that one's on you, Carlson. I'm blaming you for that one. But coming off that 11-minute drive, the Chargers come out. They give us a gift. They go down the field. They got a 47-yard attempt, no good. And here we come, right down the field. Didn't get very far. Who's to blame on this interception? Who's to blame? Is this a Zay Jones' fault? The pass was behind him. Is it Mariota's fault? Is it a combination of the two? I mean, this is really the turning point of the game. If you really look back at everything, I felt like the Raiders had the momentum right here. I felt like we were going to do something on that drive. Who do we blame right there?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta blame Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if the route was supposed to be more of a hitch. Zay kind of started to cross over the middle, but I mean, he had a DB right in front of him. So I don't know. It was behind. The pass was behind.
Yep.
And when that happens, when a ball's behind a receiver, I mean, you got to put blame on the quarterback.
Yep.
You got to put blame on the quarterback.
And I'll lean towards Mariota's fault right there because the Chargers come out and give us another gift, right? They attempt a 51-yard field goal. We get the ball back, and Aguilar's open down the sideline, guys. The ball just sails right over his head. That was the game right there. That was it right there.
Yep.
But I mean, they're still alive. We go into overtime, and that basically brings us to the play that we started off talking about at the beginning of this podcast. Roll out right to the short side of the field. You got Ingold dialed up. Waller's not releasing. Really questionable play call there in crunch time. Just played that way too safe. We've been going for it all game. I've been stretching the field. We'll be doing some nice things, but we get down to the red zone, things get tight, and that's where we. Does anybody know where Brian Edwards is at? Because does anybody know where that guy's at?
Was he even suited up today? Honestly, I haven't seen him last couple of weeks, man. Honestly, I haven't heard his name.
Yeah.
I thought he was slated to be back today because I had seen some write up pop up with his picture on it, and I was like, oh, he must be in the plans for tonight. But especially with Ruggs out, right? I thought he definitely was going to get on the field, but I didn't see him, man. Maybe the Pillagers saw him sneak on the field, but I didn't see him at all. So yeah, that's a good question.
Now he was in.
Question. Where are you, man?
He was in there. I mean, he returned a couple weeks ago after injury and stuff, but just hasn't been a factor all season. You could pick on a lot of these draft picks, but I feel like Brian Edwards' biggest disappointment for me. I was expecting much more out of him and that's how I get here. We're talking about red zone targets. I thought he was going to be the man in the red zone. Foster Moreau was the man last year in the red zone. Darren Waller can be the man at any moment in the game. And I just don't know what we're doing in the red zone. We just get really uncreative down there. Shout out to Beto and Callie. She says Zay isn't the best receiver, but give him props on saving Marcus Mariota on that second target. Yes, he goes to the ground. That was a tough catch. Secures it really well. What about earlier?
No, I just wanted to say about these young receivers. I mean, everyone has a right to be down on them with the amount of limitations that they've had this season, right? Not being on the field, injuries, small performances when they are on the field. Ruggs has been the obvious more successful one, but he's had his limitations this year. I think that we'll see a big jump in the second season from these guys with a little bit of chemistry. I think that plays humongous. If you see Carr's chemistry with the other receivers, it's because of his time that he spent on the field in the off season, really working with those guys and building that trust, building that bond with them. So I think that'll happen.
Yeah,
I think that'll happen. I think it's too soon to start, calling them bust and all this kind of stuff. But obviously, we wanted to see more, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we want to see more. We want to see more production from these guys because what we saw from them on tape in college and all that kind of stuff, it told us that these guys were going to be some pretty good players, maybe some great players. I think that's still yet to be seen. I think there's still possibility for that. It's too soon to be calling them bust, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't be jumping on that boat.
Thank you.
And the Pillagers here are saying that Edwards did suit up, and he actually was in there for a couple plays, but most likely he's out there still playing hurt, so that's why he's not getting any targets, nothing like that.
Yeah, most likely.
Yep.
Most likely.
So thank you, Pillagers.
Yeah. And again, second half, Raiders ran 50-plus more offensive plays than the Chargers. 50-plus offensive plays to the Chargers, 25 in the second half. So the Raiders played a really good second half this year, and that hasn't been their strength this season. Near the bottom of the league in fourth quarter scoring, near the bottom of the league in allowing fourth quarter points, and the Raiders were able to stay in the game this week, just couldn't close it out in overtime. Unfortunately, lack of creative play calling there in the red zone really did us in, and of course, the interception in the fourth quarter could have prevented all of that drama to begin with. But that's that. So Kane's not here tonight, guys, so I'm going to leave it up to you. I need one of you to give us an MVP. I need another one of you guys to give us a Reginald Nelson Trash Can Player of the Week, brought to you by Paul Gunther.
Oh, shit.
It's a mouthful right there.
That award's going to get longer and longer, I feel like, man.
Oh, man. I think this is an easy one, but I'll give MVP to Waller.
Okay.
Waller had another huge game.
No Mariota. No Mariota on that, huh?
I mean, Mariota had a great game too, but he also has some nice guys to throw to. You know what I mean? Like you're as good as your players. You're good as your team.
Fair enough.
So
Darren Waller,
you the real MVP.
And let's look at Darren Waller's stat line really quick. Darren Waller, leading receiver tonight, 9 receptions, 150 yards, 1 touchdown with a long of 35, 12 targets, 9 catches on 12 targets. That's an MVP stat line right there. I can't argue with that.
Man. He's balling.
Bobby, man, you're doing the dirty work, dog. Who's going in the trash can this week?
To me, it's between Mullen and a coach. And I know Rue wants me to throw Gruden in there, dude, but yeah, dude, I'm still gonna throw in our head of the defense over there, dude, Mr. Marinelli, because obviously nothing is gonna change. You know, it's too deep into the season, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man, you gotta do something. And Mullen, bro, like, just too many bullshit fucking flags, just not paying attention, dude. It was just, I don't know. To me, it's a tie between those two. So I'm pretty sure there's plenty of room for both of them in there. So
I like Trayvon Mullen, but
I know you do.
I will say, the first half of the season we were talking about, it's quiet over there. You're not hearing his number called. Balls aren't going that direction.
Jacobs the running back. Mariota up underneath center. Takes a short drop.
Don't sue me.
Down the left side.
I hate those autoplay videos, man.
The Cerveza of Raider Nation. I still hate how he says Cerveza.
Chorizo of Raider Nation. I was going to say, in the last 3 weeks, you've seen Mullen being picked on a lot more.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think also the reason why is because it's the lack of respect that he's commanding out on the field. And more importantly, they're like, you know what? We've never really seen this cat, so let's just go ahead and start tossing it that way. Start picking on him.
Takes a short drop, fires it deep.
Where is this video even at? It's not even on the screen.
Damn, is that me?
I've had that tab open this entire show, and it just started playing right now.
Yo, Musburger's just tapping into your computer right now, bro. You're gonna hear me out. You're gonna hear me out, Kenny. You're gonna like me. God damn it.
There you go. Just throw Muffburger in the trash can then, bro.
Brett Musburger's at home watching reruns of Matlock. Facts. Tonight.
You know what, man? I mean, I want to answer your question because you said, why do we think that is? Why do you think it's happening in the moment? But I mean, I'm not quite sure what the difference is, what they've seen. Maybe it's something that they saw on film. Maybe they saw something in terms of, the way he's playing certain routes or whatever. Obviously, everyone does their homework, right? And it's to be expected that if they see a chink in your armor, they're going to start attacking it. But I think more so than anything, man, it's recognizing that this defense is all kinds of fucking confused. And one play that I saw, and I can't think of the exact time that it happened, but there was a play where Mullen was responsible for, kind of a middle flat kind of area. You could see him kind of backpedaling, and he should have gotten a little bit deeper, rode that out with the wide receiver, but he immediately saw the under guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He saw that other receiver come underneath him, and instead of getting a little deeper in his back pedal, he ended up cutting it short because he started to feel the responsibility of that guy, the receiver that was in front. And then the ball ends up getting thrown over his head in that gap that was created. The zone defense that we have, the scheme that we've been running is just not functional, man. Like, I haven't seen it function once. Have you? Like, have you guys seen this zone defense be like consistent at all? No, it's all kinds of fucking confused, bro. Like, nobody trusts each other in that zone. That's what I attribute those things to. Those errors and those issues that we're seeing with guys that have been pretty fucking, pretty good for us. I attribute it to this defense. It's just not right. It's just not it's not trustworthy. They don't trust the scheme, and then they're not trusting each other. And you got guys not filling in where they're supposed to. because they're worried about another area that they don't think the other guy's going to get to. And that's what we're seeing all over the field. That's why you got guys running down the field with like 20 yards between them and a defender. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's all I got to say about that.
Hold on, we got a quick update. We got 64 likes tonight. We need 11 more, guys. 11 more, and Pillaging Pete and Bobby Wasabi start growing out that beaver paddle, that North Carolina neck warmer, that Canadian passport, bro, that Missouri Compromise. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That Camaro cut, the real fly Camaro cut.
Yeah, the Camaro cut.
that ranchero,
man.
that ranchero, that soccer rocker, bro. The squirrel squirrel pelt, the Tennessee top hat, whatever you call it, the Trayvon mullet. That's what we're gonna call it here. The Trayvon mullet. That's what we're gonna call it here, bro. 11 more likes if you want to see the Trayvon mullet on this podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, we'll bring Pillaging Pete into the crow's nest and do it live.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a fire episode.
No, you know what? No, it will be a Pillaging Pete and me, and we'll have to race to see who could do it fastest on themselves. Just
oh shit,
real quick, just line it up and let's go.
That
simple,
run.
That chupa cabrona.
You just gotta cut off those sideburns, bro. Those lados quemados, bro. You gotta shave those bitches off, bro.
Oh
man.
I mean, that pretty much wraps up the game right there. We got some phone calls. You guys ready to hit these phone calls?
Hit them, bro.
All right, let's go.
I'm ready to hear WAP. I know he called in.
yeah, I know we did too. He's already been talking about it. So let's start off here. 813.
Mr. Stapler, Che, Kane, and that motherfucker Bobby Wasabi.
Go.
What's good, boys? This is your boy Rob Raider, calling you out of Tampa, Florida, by way of beautiful Los Angeles, California. God damn, this is a tough one, and most likely the end to the Las Vegas Raiders inaugural season. But goddamn, Mariota looked great, man. He was making big plays with his leg and looked way faster than Karl. I'm not trying to start a quarterback controversy, but Mariota gets my fucking MVP for the game, man. I really think he played great. If it wasn't for our defense, we would have won this game. Now, I want to give it up real quick to Nelson Aguilar, man. When they showed that kid's finger on the screen and that he was back in there like a play later and then got fucking crushed in his ribs and stayed in the game, that's the kind of fucking toughness I like to see, man. This kid, Nelson Aguilar, we need to sign this kid long term, man. I really enjoy watching him play. Now, you know, the problem with this fucking defense, man, that goddamn touchdown drive that we gave up before the half, that was the killer. That was the difference in this game. No doubt about it. And the third down conversions that we were giving up, these third and longs, I mean, it's just been consistent all year. I didn't see any difference in our defense today. I didn't see any fucking improvement whatsoever. Man, I'm so glad that Hunter Renfrow is okay, man. The way I seen that kid's neck bent up underneath his shoulder pads, man, I thought that kid was fucking dead. So I'm super glad that Hunter Renfrow is okay, man. I knew he wasn't coming back. And fucking welcome back to the Raiders, Darryl Worley, man. He made a couple of huge plays to keep us in this game. I got to give it up to Worley. You know, all in all, this fucking game is a huge upset and most likely the end to our season. And but one thing I did notice, you know, they were making a big deal of with Gruden wearing the Oakland Raider hat in the whole first half. It was beautiful. I don't know if it was just in the rotation, like they said, or he was trying to give a little props to the Oakland fans. Either way, I appreciate it. No big deal. But man, love the show, boys. I'm gonna keep on calling, doing my thing. But keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you guys.
Hey, thanks for the call, Rob Raider. You've been on a roll lately. Another solid call tonight. To answer a question I saw in the chat earlier asking if Waller's up to 1,000 yards. He's at about 816 yards right now, so he's got 2 games left. He can get there. He needs 2 monster games. Appreciate the shout-outs, Rob, to Nelson Aguilar. Honestly, if I'm going to kind of show my cards right now, for me, Nelson Aguilar, despite the play of Josh Jacobs in his heart, despite the fact that Waller's been balling out been balling out, Nelson Aguilar is one of the front runners for my offensive MVP this year. We did not see that kid coming. And without Aguilar on this offense, where would we be? Some of the biggest pass plays we've had all year, Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah.
Right.
The speed that we expected to see from Ruggs, it was right there in Aguilar, man. And he showed it today too, man. That kid can take off. He can run, dude.
Is that a hot take? Nelson Aguilar, offensive MVP?
I mean, I guess it could be taken as a hot take. You know, like, hit them flames, bro. Hit them flames.
Just want to hit the button. I like the way it sounds.
If not, it's a hot cake, and it's like IHOP, bro. we just order the fried chicken and the waffles, bro.
It's chicken and waffles, bro. That's what it's gonna be.
Hey, those chicken and waffles were awesome when you were drunk, like we were, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. They were like the best thing in the world when you just got done drinking all day.
I wasn't drunk. They were still awesome.
Kenny had to drive us home, y'all. Kenny had to drive us home.
I did.
Kenny was drunk off the lack of fucking sleep. That's what he was drunk off of.
Man.
Yeah. Shout out really quick to Beto and Callie with another $9.99 donation to Super Chat. Beto, man, so generous. Thank you.
Pillaging.
She says, there's nobody I love more in that team than the receding hairline part-time accountant Hunter Renfro, but there's no one else that scares me the most when I see him get hit. That limp body was scary. I mean, he gets ragdolled. Thoughts and prayers to Hunter Renfro, man. He took a lick tonight, and no penalty on that play. No penalty on that play.
Right. He's a tough dude, though, man. So I'm sure we'll see Hunter come back before the end of the season.
This next call is a long one. I see a lot of asterisks. I see a lot of censorship, and it's coming from the 360. So you already know who it is. It's the man that brings the thunder every single week. It's Raider Wop.
Here we go.
Kenny Che Kane, Brother Wasabi. What's up, Pillagers? This is
my
Steve.
bad.
Calling from a fucking motel while working out of town after watching that game on a shitty.
A motel, bro? Go get yourself a hotel, dog. Hit me up, bro.
Holiday Inn.
Motel. Holiday Inn.
Say what?
Say what?
Say if you're good friend.
Acting up, then we take her friend.
Yeah.
And all I gotta say is this. You know what? It was really, really nice to watch meaningful football in December for a week, 2 years in a row, only to get let down and, have my hopes be recalibrated. I'm not giving up shit. I'm really not. But from the way this looks and this, that, and the other thing, I just don't know. I'm back in the seat of not knowing what to expect next year. And from that, to all you caller lovers, to all your caller haters, I've remained neutral on this topic for fucking years now. And you know what? For anyone who wanted Marcus Mariota to start, I get it. I was really excited. So was my dad, who was texting me the whole game. I tried to text Kenny.
Well, don't forget that I told you Marcus Mariota would finish the season as the Raiders starting quarterback. I just didn't know that it was going to be due to injury. So
I did say that he was going to start in week 9. I said he was going to take over after that. Remember, a long time ago. And
you also said the season was going to end after week 4. So
that's different, all right. It ended in my mind.
Fair enough.
I think Bobby was saying that he would be starting in week 9 because that would be the start of the season.
Start
right?
of the season. That's why.
That's right.
Hey, see, just so you know, we were hating too. I mean, hey, we had reason to be mad, bro. Okay,
that's right.
Reason to be mad.
Let me let Pete Rock start to interrupt you, calling from the no-tell motel.
And Kenny didn't respond until I figured out that you guys were going on live tonight. So love you, bro. But either way, what I'm saying now is
Did he just call me out for not replying to his text message? Pete, This whole show is a response to your text message, bro. You're welcome. This is for you.
I'm not in optimist playoff pretension mode. I'm not in pessimistic we're going to lose out mode. I'm in off-season mode because pessimistic Pete, optimistic Pete they're dead. They're fucking dead. So I propose these moves in the off-season. We have a very undisciplined secondary, which is why I've been recommending Mr. Raheem Morris for the past few weeks to be our new defensive coordinator. Keep Marinelli around. I don't know what the fuck he does during a paycheck because we only had one sack tonight for the first time in 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we need to invest in defensive coordinator. We really need to invest in the size and power on D-line, especially defensive tackle. Do I hold anything against Maxie and Quee? No, I really don't. It's just the fact that we cannot only push the pocket, but we just don't have anyone who can stop the run. Mm-hmm. And one more thing. I will never forgive keeping Eric Harris over Karl Joseph a moment in my life. I just won't. And you know, I thought it might have been smart, but it just wasn't. So out of the way, hope to see you guys on at 7:30. I don't usually drink on a Thursday, but this game and the fact that we have to see Justin Herbert for the next 15 years do what he just did to us tonight is going to make me have a few. So you know what? Much love, y'all. Take it easy. Later, live chat. What the fuck? Ugh.
Thanks for the call, Pete. Appreciate that. Sorry for getting your area code mixed up. WAPA, I believe, is 760. Great call, Pete. I mean, you said it well. Let's go here. Here it is.
What's up, family and friends? The fix is in. I don't even know what to do right now. I almost just threw a bong. I'll probably just swallow a couple more cans of beer. I have to work tomorrow and interview a bunch of people in Europe. Fuck. Promise I won't fart for that long on the phone again. Love you guys.
There you go. That's 2 weeks in a row. Raider flatulence, everybody.
Yes, I love that name.
Hello, Raider.
That's the next.
Hello, Raider.
It's a runner for best nesty caller, dude. Raider flatulence.
All right, let's go here.
God fucking damn it, man! Fucking WAP. Another. Why do we keep fucking losing games because of our fucking defense sucks? Fuck Trayvon Mullen. Fuck John Gruden. Fuck the fucking defense, man. So fucking sick of it, man. Blowing fucking games left and right. We should have gone for it on 4th down. We were right there by the goal. Fuck, man. Fucking team pisses me off, man. Another season where we just fucking fall again. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. So fucking pissed, man. Mariota looked good, and that was it. Everyone else just played a fucking shitty-ass game, man. Fuck. WAP out, man. Fuck.
I've never heard WAP that angry before.
He's been mad, dude, but this one was mad, bro.
WAP was very disappointed tonight.
Raider Nug is asking, why does WAP sound like Hank Hill?
I'm asking, why does Hank Hill sound like Raider WAP? That's the question.
Oh, man.
It's because they were created by Mike Judge, bro. Hank Hill and WAP.
I got this thunder noise on a 10-hour loop. I'm tempted to just let it run all night long. You guys want to stay on? We're just gonna have thunder all night long. We're stuck at 66 likes, guys. You guys want to see this this beaver paddle or not? I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's go to the Central Valley here, the 209.
Kenny, Che, Kane, Bobby Wasabi, man, what's going on with y'all, man? I ain't called your show ever, but this is it. This is your boy Raider Fan. You feel me?
Oh, what's
Calling
up, man?
out of the 209, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. What's going on with your boys, man? Papa Chella for your homie.
Hey, Raider Ben, we got to link up with the tailgate. That dude is hella cool, bro. That dude's
Yeah,
family.
hell yeah.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, man.
Everyone that stopped by the Pillaging tailgate has been fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone showed love, and it's crazy, man, because I remember hearing from Kenny, it's like, yo, bro, this is an original from the blog and this and that, and to, seeing cats on the YouTube chat, dude. So it's awesome, man. Everybody that be passing by, dude. And Raider Ben was fucking cool too, man.
Yeah, if you're sitting at home tonight and you're wondering, like, am I cool? If you came by the tailgate, yes. If not, then I don't know. I don't know.
Those are facts. We don't know.
I don't know if you're cool.
We don't really know yet.
I can't help you.
For all we know, you probably watch Chad Sports or something.
Chad Sports.
Chad Sports, bro.
Let's rock with Raider Ben, man. I know he's got some takes. This is a long one. The Raider Ben brings it, man.
Anyways, man, I don't know how y'all feel, man, but Gruden gotta go, bruh. The conservative play calling, bruh, is a fucking rap. Shout out to Marcus Mariota, man, for doing this fucking thing, man. We all knew the defense wasn't gonna stop a nosebleed. You feel me? But Gruden, bro, you get down into the red zone and overtime, you don't even target Waller one time. You throw fucking spider 2 wide banana on fucking third down to fucking Alec Ingle, which is a short of the goal line fucking pass, and it's just pathetic. You know what I'm saying? At the end of regulation, you fucking decide to throw the ball instead of running the ball and getting some yards to possibly set your team up for a fucking field goal. It's just fucking stupid, bro. It's pathetic. The defense isn't going to get any better until we get talent. Max Crosby was getting fucking mugged the whole fucking game, just like every game. He just gets fucking mugged with no calls. It's fucking bullshit. I got to be at work in 2.5 hours, man, but I had to stay up and watch this game, man. Shout out to Marcus Mariota. There's going to be quarterback controversy for sure. And, man, does the offense look way much better with a mobile quarterback at the helm, man. Anyways, man, y'all boys pop a chilla for your boy. I'll listen to this podcast when I get to work. The Raiders are out of it. 18 of the last 19 seasons, the Raiders have been eliminated from the playoffs. So it is what it is, man. There's going to be a lot of quarterback controversy, especially with Derek Carr having a no dead cap next year if the Raiders release him, and then paying Mariota the money they paid him. The way he played tonight. But just the play calling on the goal line, man. Josh Jacobs hasn't been effective the whole game. You go to him 2 plays in a row, and then you throw spider 2 wide banana short of the goal line. That's just not going to fucking cut it. Should have targeted Waller. Bullshit ass calls all throughout the game. Anyways, man, y'all turn up for your boy. It's your boy Raider Ben. You guys know what fucking time it is. I'm out. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders, Raider Ben. We appreciate your points. We don't agree with all of them. We covered it earlier in the podcast, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. I definitely understand. There's a lot of different sides to this. It's multifaceted. So, but we'll see about Mariota. Like I said, coming in, getting your number called off the bench, taking the other team by surprise, under the lights, the electricity, having everything to play for. You got your future contracts on the line. You got a chip on your shoulder coming out of Tennessee. All that, but Miami's got some film on you, and what this offense looks like with you in it. We'll see if Gruden installs a couple wrinkles for Mariota next week, maybe change things up. But it's going to be a big game against the Dolphins, as you know they've been rolling all season. We'll see what Mariota really looks like when a team has a whole week to prepare for him, and he's got a whole week to prepare for them. I think the litmus test for Mariota is in the next game. It's not for tonight, and I'm not taking anything away from him. That was exciting football.
Hell yeah.
We're going to stay in the Central Valley. We got another call coming from the 209.
Yo, what's up, fellas? This is Lucid Raider calling out of Northern California.
It's cracking.
So first I want to say that Mariota's a baller, just like Waller, man. That dude played his heart out, man. And, you got to cut him some slack, too, because it was his first game, coming in after Karl and whatnot, no preseason and whatnot, first time he's coming in. So he's going to make some mistakes, man. But he did pretty good, man, but, got the loss. We got to move on and on to the next one. One thing that's been bothering me, man, real quickly, I don't know if you guys follow the blog there, but I wish there was some type of moderation on the politics that go on there. You know, Biden's this and Trump's this and Trump's that. Like sometimes.
I want to pause right there because I agree with you 100%, Lucid Raider. We do have moderation on the blog, but we let people rock with any subject that they want. Comments get flagged. I've had to deal with a lot of immature bullshit, and these people are my friends. I'm calling you guys out, man. You need to clean it up, get your act together. I started going to the blog before I owned the blog with 666. It was a different place then. It was a lot more football, and politics are running rampant. I don't go there anymore either, Lucid Raider. To be completely honest, I do not comment on my own website. I go there for 10 minutes. I get disgusted. I walk off. You might be like, Kenny, you're not endorsing your own website. You know what? This podcast lives on a lot of different platforms, and I don't have to anymore. I'm leaving that place where it is. The community needs to stay intact. These people do need each other, but grow the fuck up, guys. The bullshit that goes on there, it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for some of you guys. Grow up. Thank you, Lucid Raider.
I wonder if these dudes have ever been inside Oakland. You know, like when I was in a D lot, and then ain't a motherfucker talking about no politics in D lot or nothing like that, man. Sometimes these fans on that blog are suspect, man. I don't know, man. But so I've been following you guys, you know, real quickly. I've been following you guys since maybe the Inside Bay Area. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty certain that's where I picked up on you guys back when you had Dr. Slob on there and the beach on there and whatnot. So I've been around for a while watching and following you guys. I just don't
beach dog
ever comment or nothing like that. But so one thing I will say, man, is you guys have been talking about what's his name, Musburger or whatnot, being a terrible announcer. Have we ever thought about maybe approaching Ken Korak from the Oakland Athletics? That guy has a pretty good voice, man.
He does.
And he's excited. He's excited, man. He gets you hyped and whatnot. I mean, I don't know, man. He sounds pretty good to me, man, when I watch him follow the A's. We've had it once when what's his name? Gosh, I can't remember the name right now. Excuse me. I've been drinking, so excuse me. Bill King was doing the Raiders and the A's. So I wonder if Ken Korak might be able to step in and do the same thing. Maybe Mark Davis or somebody can pass the message to Mark Davis. See how.
So, I mean, one thing about that is the Raiders booth guys, Lincoln Kennedy and Brett Musburger, they're employees of the Raiders organization, much like Greg Papa was an employee of the Raiders organization. They weren't employees of any kind of radio station or anything like that. I don't know how common that is around the league, but I do know, you know, that is special to the Raiders that they employ their own broadcast guys directly. So, and being that Ken Korak's based in the East Bay, I doubt that that's a possibility, but I myself am a big fan of Ken Korak. I think that's a great suggestion. I think that really is. And now with the Niners completely falling apart, maybe Greg Papa comes back. I don't know. I don't know.
I was going to say, you know, just because Muffburger's employed doesn't, I mean, you know, if they don't want to fire him and they'll feel bad about firing him, that's cool. You know, just move him to like the other side of the building and just say that he's announcing the game, but just have the microphone not plugged into anything, dude.
Just put him in the basement like Milton. He's like, I was told there was going to be cake.
Musburger's going to be like that meme of that little kid that's sitting next to his two brothers that are playing video game. He's sitting there with the control is disconnected.
I said this, I think it was last week about Musburger. Somebody was asking how I felt about him. Musburger's got a great voice, man. And we've heard him announce so many big games in the college level, primetime games in the pros for years and years and years. So I understood the hire. I get that. He's a big name. He runs a betting company out of Las Vegas. He's based out of Las Vegas. He sounds good on the radio. He's got a great voice. But one thing, and I could be wrong here, but one thing that we didn't know is how is he as a home team broadcaster? Because I don't recall Musburger ever being tied to any one specific team. And that's where he lacks is the enthusiasm for your home team, especially when you're going to compare him to a guy like Greg Papa or even a guy like Bill King that got fired up for the Raiders. Musburger does not have that fire. He's got a great voice. He can call the game, but just no enthusiasm. And that's where he fails, is as a home team broadcaster. Not a good fit for him.
That works out, but I think Ken Korak would be a great fit for the Oakland Raiders. Excuse me. These Vegas Raiders
exactly.
are tough, brother. I've been an Oakland fan. I was raised in Oakland, so it's tough to still say Vegas, man. But anyhow, man, I'm going back to This game, man, is pretty good. Our defense is still terrible. You know, we need some help on the D, but they played enough. They played their heart out. I mean, you know what it is, But anyways, man, my trash can player, I'm going to get to my trash can player for the, real quickly, is these fake ass fans on the blog, man, just giving up even before the overtime, man. I mean, these dudes wrote, the season's over, it's over, see you next year, fellas, this sucks, Mariota's trash. Like, I mean, man, what has happened to the Raider Nation, man? What happened to win, lose, or tie, man? I mean, what happened, man? I mean, if you guys are going to be like that.
He does continue here. He does continue right here. Let's let him rock.
So, hey, calling back, I got cut off and whatnot. This is Lucid Raider out of Northern California. So I was talking about my trash can player, and it went out to the fake-ass fans on the blog, giving up already, giving up all hope. I mean, man, if you guys are going to be some fake-ass fans, you guys remind me of some Niner fans only wearing their jerseys when they win and shit. I mean, shit, go ahead, go over there. Go to Santa Clara, man. They'll welcome me with open arms. I mean, because this is Raider Nation, baby. We sound proud. We sound, you know, we with it. I mean, you motherfuckers have. I guarantee some of them motherfuckers on the blog have never been to the Coliseum.
It's true.
And these are the same people clamoring for the Raiders to move to Vegas, knowing damn well they never been inside Oakland. Inside Oakland, man. I mean, this is pathetic, but anyways, man. Hijo su chingada puta madre. Let's go Raiders and fuck Joe Buck. That motherfucker, man. But you guys are doing a great job, man. Keep at it. I love it, man. I love listening. I drive for a living, and I fucking love listening to you guys, man. Let's go Raiders. Fuck everybody else. Yeah. Let's go, baby.
Wow, it was a great call, Lucid Raider. You need to call back more often. I mean, point after point after point. And thanks for calling out the blog, man. I'm glad somebody outside is seeing what I'm seeing as well. I agree with you 100%. And I lurked on IBA Buzz for about 3 years before I finally logged in and created the name Kenny Stapler. And now I lurk again. So it's pretty much self-moderated over there. If people aren't flagging comments, I'm not deleting or banning. Haven't had to ban anybody in a very long time. Thank God. Shout out to Friskies. Yeah, if you've been listening to the show,
he's still a little mad about that.
yeah. And I will say a lot of those guys haven't been to the Coliseum, and that, you know, that's fine. It is what it is. But don't shit on something unless you've been there. We've talked about the whole Coliseum saga. I firmly still blame the city of Oakland, but I will say this: a couple haters on the blog towards Oakland and the Coliseum finally made their first trip out there. When they got there, I was like, what do you think? They're like, it's a dump. And I love it. I love it here. First time here. The atmosphere is just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yep.
And that's just the way it goes. So it's the last call of the night. It's the weather man calling in with the weather.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny, Jay, Bobby Wasabi. It's your boy 303 calling from, it's decent weather today. In the 50s. I'm going to head up skiing for a week. Get the frick out of Dodge. Wow, nice. Man. I mean,
nice.
Raider fans, we are freaking tortured. I mean, it's just not even close. Did you see that stat where it showed that this year's defense has given up more fourth quarter points than any team since 1950? I mean, that's really the season, though, right? I mean, that's really the season. We knew it. Carolina, when we won, even when we beat the Saints. I mean, if our offense hasn't scored more than 30, I think there's a stat that I read that there's no offense that has won 7 games, or no team that has won 7 games when the defense has given up 30 points 7 times or something like that, man. It's all about the defense. You know, Mariota impressed me. I mean, the RPO the running game, which I think is something that we can, you know, work with, but he's not accurate down the field. He never was in Tennessee. He made some good throws to 83. He missed Aguilar. I think the refs didn't call a couple things. It's just, I don't know, man. Gruden in the red zone. It's, what is it? I think it was first, or it's 3rd and 5, or 3rd and goal on the 5 and 3 tight ends, and he throws a 2-yard pass to fucking what's his face. Why not do some RPOs? That shit's working.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is like the first time. I doubt Gruden, but I mean, I think the red zone, it's not Carr. Everyone's blaming Carr. It's Gruden. These play calls are horrible, man. And he's beating Jacobs to the ground. And, you know, the run defense was better tonight, but overall, I mean, guys were wide open. And Trayvon Mullen, what the fuck happened to the guy? Is it the concussions, or he was fucking lost. So, anyways, man, we ain't making the playoffs. I'm just gonna go out and say it, and we'll see what happens. But we need to draft some serious defense next year.
Yeah.
This is your boy 303, and I'm out.
Great call, 303. Same page with you. I'll agree with that. A lot of people knocking Gruden's play calling altogether. I will say the red zone play calling is suspect, but I don't think it's reason enough to sack your head coach and start all over from the ground up. I mean, really consider what some of you is saying. And 303 is not saying that, to be fair. He's not saying that. So, yeah. And one more thing I'll say about the blog is those guys aren't going to hear any of those comments, Lucid Raider, because they don't listen to the show. They think I sold out, which would imply that I'm actually making money off of this. I'm not. None of us are. We all got day jobs. We're doing this for y'all. This is a lot of work. It's also a lot of fun. So
we drink hams.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See that?
Bobby's
That's a real hams.
Bobby's going hams tonight. But thanks for the calls. Everybody that called in, a really good round of calls. Hey, Che, remember just a couple years ago after a loss, the type of calls we would get?
Oh, yeah, man. It
would be like
after
Che, Kenny, Kane. I just finished watching the game, and I don't know, man. I don't know about this team. I just don't even know what to do anymore. Anyways,
makes it really hard to be a fan.
You guys have a great night. Mopey Raider, I'm out.
Mopey Raider.
It was that, man, and it was just a lack of calls too, right? I mean, we, after a loss, we would just see the numbers dip. We would be like, "Where did everybody go, man? We're still putting on the show." And you already know we don't take no losses over here. We are undefeated. We stay undefeated, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, difference. There's been a big difference, man. This last season, man. This season has brought some passion, some fire out of these fans, man. We appreciate it, man. You guys lighting up the phone the way you are, bringing good information, facts, opinions. We love it all, man. We love it all.
Facts.
Absolutely love it all, man. We love all you guys. Even when I'm going hard on you guys and all that, it's all love, It's all love. We're at 67 likes right now. We're 8 shy of the Tennessee tuxedo, the North Carolina neck warmer, the Trayvon mullet. We're going to let that rock. We're going to let it rock for the week. There's a lot of people. There's a few thousand people that are going to tune in tomorrow morning. And we're counting on you guys, man. Make this happen. Bobby?
Get on over to the YouTube, man.
Yeah, get ready for them.
Hit that like button.
Yeah. Hit that
you got to
like button.
see it.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add about tonight's game? Where this team goes the next 2 weeks? We've been on for a couple hours. We can go right now. Any final words? Anything you always want to say?
I would just say this, man. We know in regards to any playoff possibility. I know they were saying on the broadcast, there's still opportunity. They're not completely out of it, but like I said last week, man, you guys better get your rosary beads out because we're gonna need them. So I'm not even thinking about that. What I want to see from this team is some fight to the end. Whatever the outcomes are. Especially knowing that, DC is probably going to be out for the rest of the season. And we don't know what Mariota is going to look like in a second game where he's actually playing for, right? Like you said, Kenny. I just want to see some fight. I want to see no give up. I want to see these young cats try to take a leap and leave us with an impression going into next season because that's really what it's going to be all about. We're going to get to see some character here in these last couple games. Mm-hmm. Are you guys just going to throw in the fucking towel? Are you just going to give up and be content with just heading home and waiting till next season and give it another good try? Or are you going to take a stand and let us know like this is what we're about and we're going to be better next season. Mm-hmm. So that's really what I'm looking for, man.
Yeah, and like Rod Marinelli said in his presser this week, what he's relying on from these guys takes no talent at all. He just wants them to know where to be and put forth maximum effort. And Gruden is a coach that preaches maximum effort all the time. and he's taking notes on the guys that aren't giving that. So these last 2 games, even though this team's season is basically over, Gruden's watching, and he's going to know who's naughty and who's nice. And, the offseason's rapidly approaching. I mean, shit starts happening fast. So if you really want to be on this team, which I think is still going somewhere, hey, you better play your ass off, even if it's for the next contract somewhere else. I want to see this. I want to see this team finish out too, Che. Bobby, what do you got to say?
Just because it's the last 2 games doesn't mean you have to drag ass. Don't be playing with that senioritis shit like, oh, well, it's the last. We're not going to make a fuck, whatever. People get hurt that way. You have teammates that are relying on you that still want to go out there and show that effort, man. Like Kenny said, man, people are still watching you. And the players that have been on the hot seat the whole season are going to want to make sure that they are able to actually prove to the staff, to the organization, to the fans, why it is that we should actually still keep rooting for them. Mo Hurst, he has to show me more, because at this point, honestly, I'm ready. I'm ready to say deuces to him, and I'm one of his biggest fans, man. And that's what I want to see out there, bro. I just want to see people hustling, man. People out there making an effort, making an actual concerned effort to go out there and look out for their brothers out there, dude. Their brothers in arms. Because, I mean, if I'm going out there and I'm going hard, I'm doing everything I can, and I see the cat right next to me just half-assing it, I'm not going to want to go out there. I'm not going to want to put that extra effort that needs to be put in there, dude, all the time. Because, shit, dude, it's all about being that example, man. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be this much of a shit person when we're losing, I mean, fuck, dude, like, how much more of a shitty person or of a selfish person are you going to be when shit gets worse or whatever, or when something unexpected happens, man? A lot more unexpected things can happen. And is this going to be it? Is this the thing that's going to break you down? It's like, I just want us to at least finish up strong and finish up as a team, man. Nobody, trying to kill each other or whatever.
Yeah. And I expect it. I've seen a lot more fight in this team than we saw last year. This team, same record at this point in the season last year, but I'm seeing a lot more fight. This team straight up gave up in week 12 last year. So we're not seeing that right now. We're getting gashed on defense. Players are out of position. They don't know where to be. Part of that scheme, we talked about the zone and all that, but it's not for a lack of effort. I will say that. So you see guys trying to tackle. They just can't tackle. Make it happen. Just a heads up, guys. I know some of you guys tune out by this point, but to those that are still here with us, we will be off next week. We're taking a week off for the holidays, so we will miss you for the Dolphins game. We're going to try to be back on the air after that Broncos game, and then we'll be rocking with you for the rest of the season, and we'll talk about our off-season schedule and stuff. We got some other things planned, but for now, we want to wish you a happy holidays, a Feliz Navidad, and a safe New Year. Enjoy, be safe, make smart decisions. I'm not going to be like Newsom and tell you to stay away from your families, but just do the right thing, people. It's a time for reflection. It's a time to take a deep breath, take a sigh, take a break, kick back. And for those of you out there working, especially those working in customer service, we appreciate you, because I've been there. Yeah. Customer service, retail, the holidays bring out the worst in people, and amidst the circumstances we're in right now, you guys just don't deserve to be treated like that. So you guys are heroes as well. We appreciate all that. All our first line workers, we appreciate you too. We love you. To my lady, she's one of those folks in the medical field. She's gearing up for her vaccine and all that stuff going into the holidays. So 2020
and let's not forget the farm workers as well.
Oh man,
because hey man, the gente out there, bro, they're the ones, they're the ones making sure that we got food on our table, man. So
that's right.
So remember, people, don't forget them folks.
Working their ass off. And let me tell you, you think everything's nice and sunny here in California? It's cold as shit in the morning, man. Mm-hmm. Those folks are out there like 3 a.m.
in the evening, bro. The afternoon and evening is getting cold too, man. It's
getting cold.
It's it ain't Alaska. I know if Angria was on the chat right now, she'd be telling us we're a bunch of pussies.
Well, you know why? That's why only 20.
Enough, all right?
That's why only 25 people live in Alaska, Angria.
they just hold each other, yeah. That body heat.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Jen about the weather, and he lived out here for like, you know, the majority of his life. He recognizes it as cold. He's like, the only difference is it's like 60 degrees at 2:00 in the afternoon. I was like, I will give you that. It does warm up, but you know, we're below freezing here most nights, so it gets a little chilly. And like Bobby said, man, those folks are out there early in the morning too, working their ass off. And we saw Watsonville produce in New York City. So these folks, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.
That's because they don't got it out there, bro.
And
go to the grocery store, they're charging you like $15 for a head of lettuce, dog.
Yeah, dude. Over here, but over here, we charge you to pick your own berries, bro. We make money off of that, dude. Pick your own apples.
Heidi's been lurking in the chat. She says, I'll say it for her. Heidi does live in Alaska now. We appreciate you guys.
This is true.
When's the Ladies of Darkness coming back? We miss you guys, man. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Do I got to pay for that show or something? Like, how do I find it?
You got to be
You guys be at a paywall now?
Yeah, you have to be a Patreon, bro.
I guess so. We do miss you,
get a
though.
new episode, man. We definitely need a new episode.
Hell yeah, it's a dynamic duo right there. Heidi Stabbard and Ingrid Trask, the smartest women in Raider Nation. Let's go.
Hey.
But yeah, just to recap, we'll be off next week. We'll be back on to wrap up the final game of the season, and then weeks after that, we'll start giving you our final thoughts and putting a bow on all of this, giving you our MVPs, our trash can players of the year. We're gonna have to get into the nesties, bro. We're gonna have to get into those. So,
Mr. Nesty time. It's about that time, y'all.
And going into the new year, January, February, we'll be doing a complete remodel here in the studio and hope to show you some updates there. That's going to be a lot of your donation money at work. A lot of that stuff's just been sitting and accumulating, and we're going to be reinvesting it back here into the Crow's Nest. So hopefully you guys can see some of that. I'll try to post some updates. And I'm just telling you guys right now, there's a little behind the scenes for all our listeners. I think the three of us should probably get together when the season is over, take a week off, but get together here in the studio and start pulling some phone calls and some best of segments. And so we can kind of spruce up that Nesty Award show a little bit more over last year.
Hell yeah.
We're always building. We're always trying to do better. So, and that's for you guys. We appreciate y'all.
I was going to wear a tuxedo shirt, dude.
You should.
That would be my way of sprucing it up, bro.
We should dress up for that. That would be cool. That'd be cool. You have your mullet flowing by then. Really cool.
Looking like Theo Vaughn, bro.
Yeah. Hey.
I just need the glasses.
Gang. We're at 70 likes, so that's going to happen. It's going to happen, Bobby and Pete.
It was supposed to happen tonight, though, dog. The 75 was supposed to happen tonight.
Oh, nobody said that. Nobody said that. They just said 75 on this video.
It was in the fine print.
You got to read the fine print.
All right. Well, I'm going to go make 5 YouTube accounts right now. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
All right, guys.
Make it happen, people.
That's it for this week's show. Until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always by
your boy Chet
and Bobby Wasabi.
We out here. Peace.
Raiders.
Just win, baby.